Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. I'm your instructor Joy. Let me first play a tune for you. This was at the beginning of the famous Wieniawski Legend. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for your continued support. Here also in my Patreon page, volunteering me your time, sending me kind questions, comments, donating me here, and also in my Patreon page, sending me kind questions and encouraging words. I really appreciate. Thank you very much. So today we're going to talk about harmonics. Harmonics is the one that we learn relatively early. So basically harmonics is the one that we call it vibrating string, which is from the nut to the bridge. When you divide a vibrating string and then you place that part with a light fingertip, that makes an octave higher note. So something like this from open D, about here half. Place finger very light, then make an octave higher. You can do the same thing, open G on all strings. Now if you want to know how to place that one, basically so you place your hand near the third position by placing the hand near the ribs. This part is called ribs of the violin. So you can even rest your hand on the ribs of the violin and then stretch your pinky or third finger, whichever you prefer, very lightly, but make sure here the key is not pressing it very heavy, very lightly. So let's start from open D, pressing your hand here nearby, and then make sure your fingertip is very light. It can be third finger or fourth finger. Notice that I'm not necessarily curving it because the tricky part with the harmonics, it has to be a very precise spot. If I miss it a bit, it's just not gonna speak anything. So you want to be really precise on this spot by placing the fingertip rather flat, not so curvy. We're having a little access to wider finger pad, therefore we have a higher chance to meet that precise spot. So it's better when you have a little flatter fingertip, not necessarily curved like that. Then A and E. All strings like that. Yeah, just try to practice it with all fingers. You can basically use all fingers, but 3 and 4, that's what we mainly use. We also use this harmonic note to find difficult high position notes. So in this case, at the beginning of Wieniawski Legend, we're doing harmonics, then we're making into this solid note. I don't know if you saw that. If I press it right there, the intonation was a little high, so I have to make it a bit lower. I'm going to do a little slowly. Harmonic note. If I press that exact spot, do you hear it? That's quite high, isn't it? So in order to make harmonics into solid note with the same intonation, one has to roll the finger a little away. Very little, but it makes a huge difference. Open D, harmonics, now, again, harmonics, the roll finger a little lower, then vibrate that one. Now, because there's a slight difference, there's always nerve-wracking when one changes harmonic to the solid, the fingered note, and sometimes we lose a little intonation. And this is where I want to show you a little trick, technical trick and also musical trick. So here a lot of violinists do this. They play harmonics with the up bow, when they go down bow with the main beat, then make it solid note. Which the idea is good, but if you miss the fingertip slightly, because you're changing from harmonic to solid note without hearing the note, sometimes we get a little sharp. One could always change that one, but if you change harmonics to the solid note, within the same bow, in up bow, you are going to raise a chance of being in tune and more solid, like this. Change into from harmonics 2 into solid note. One bow, then when you down bow, you already have the note. And you have a strong tone. Not only you raise a chance to be in tune when you have a solid note, but also by changing the harmonics to the solid note already in pickup notes, you're creating this fuller tone, creating emotional tone. Sorry. So like this, solid note. If I did just harmonics, that's what a lot of violinists do. I find it's more leading to, it's intonation wise secure and emotionally, musically more nice. So when you turn harmonic note into solid, already pick up the, oh, they don't like that. Second time, we use harmonics too, but this time I do down bow to make it a little differently, just so that when you play many things or same melody twice or more many times, it's a good idea to make sound a bit different. So I want to make it second time a little stronger, brighter. So here I use harmonics here, but I go to lower position, third position, to make it brighter tone. So that a little more brighter here. It's a little intimate, higher it was. Now second time. Can you hear the difference? So we choose certain fingering, certain positions for tone color, and this is that one. First time we use higher position. Second time I choose to play lower position. To make it sound bright, which means the harmonic note that happens before this has to be matching it here. What I did was I make it sound big and a little brighter by using my bow fast, but also I secured my intonation, this note, by getting off of harmonics faster. So now, nice thing about harmonics is it's once you find it, and it also rings or resonates a bit longer, even though you lift up your finger. Sorry. Do you hear? So still rings it. So take advantage of it. Take it off and then get your first finger ready. And that way you can make it bright in tune right away. And then you go the rest of it, yeah? So I hope you can try that one yourself. This is a beautiful showpiece. Now this kind of concept of harmonics can be used with any pieces, not just with this Wieniawski. I wish you all happy practicing. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching and hope to see you again. Bye-bye.